What is going on, people?
Hello, everyone. How are we today?
How's everybody? I'm sorry for the long wait. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to everyone around the world. I am your favorite neighborhood beer bro, Mr. Kennedy. And I am joined once again by the beautiful, illustrious, smart, and laid back, and killing it in the gym, Kelsey Fearless.
What is up, Ken? How are you? How are you
Uh,
today?
I'm old, Kelsey.
You're getting old.
I'm old.
Time marches on, does it, Ken?
Yeah, it does. I'm sorry to everyone in chat, for the delay. I picked up a second job again, so I've been really out there just pushing it. So we're gonna be doing the podcast every Tuesdays on a Monday because I work the weekends. I literally work 18 hours both days. So yeah. So I apologize for that.
Yeah,
Anyways, though, welcome.
that's okay.
Yeah, on that grind, man. If I want to get to that point to be a web developer, I gotta work hard, man. I got a lot of things that I'm trying to do and some stuff that I got in the pipeline for the podcast that I'm keeping close to the vest. Because it's a
I'm excited.
surprise for Kelsey. But welcome
Oh, hell yeah.
to episode 21 of the Hot Takes podcast, and we got a lot of good news coming up. Everybody who wants to hear, thank you to everyone that joined. So, how was your day? First, before we get on to that, how was your day so far, Kelsey?
It's going pretty good. The winds are in the willows right now, so I do apologize for any choppiness, but yeah, it's windy. It's blowing out there. My day's good. Otherwise, though, how was yours, Ken? How's yours, Ken?
The weather's been weird here because it snowed for the very first time in Florida since 1989.
Holy.
So I wasn't even here. I was still living in New York at that point. But yeah, the weather's been cold and I love that. Now it's pretty damn hot out there right now. That's why I'm sitting inside here. You know? So,
Yeah.
but other than that, pretty good week, just grinding, working, coding. Yeah, if you guys get a chance to see my video game blog website that I'm working on, I just posted it whenever you guys get the chance to look at that. Anyways, though, let's move on.
Let's go.
So the worst kept secret in all of video gaming, and Nintendo, Lord knows they tried. They tried to keep people from leaking the Nintendo Switch 2, but it's finally on its way.
Finally, after how many years?
Well, I think the Switch, I think, has been around since like 2015.
Holy.
We don't really have we don't have that much info on it because they're trying to keep it close to the vest. The only things that I could get was I'm freezing.
No, sorry, it's me because of the wind. I'm really sorry.
Oh, got you. Can
That's all.
they can hear me, right?
Yeah, I think we're good.
You guys can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me.
We're good. We're good.
Okay, yeah, I'll just edit this out. But yes, the specs that I was able to gather, because most of the stuff is just rumor right now, but I do know that the Joy-Cons have mouse support. So the way that
really?
the way that works is they showed it in the thing on Nintendo. Like, you take the Joy-Cons off and you use it as a mouse, like on its side. And and then when you have the Switch sitting up on the table, yeah, you have mouse support now. So I do know that. They do have a slightly powerful processor, the NVIDIA custom Tegra T39 processor.
Oh, NVIDIA, huh?
Yeah, and now it's 25% bigger than the OLED version of the Switch, so it's going to be a much bigger console. So everything else is pretty much just rumors at this point. They're not going to they're not going to announce anything until around April. I think April 25th. That's when they're going to have the hands-on stuff in all these cities. But finally, Nintendo, some new damn hardware. Holy crap, dude.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, Nintendo loves their long life cycles. Like, frig, man, 10 years ago, like, I'm hearing rumors now about the PlayStation 6.
Yeah, they're already talking
Like,
about that already.
yeah, yep. And that's like, fuck, man. They're leaving their 720p era finally.
It better be. I mean, it better be. At least give us, I mean, because I know they say you can do 1080p when it's on a dock, but handheld is
Yeah,
720. I'm like, yo, y'all got to get past that, man. We got consoles that are doing 4K now.
yeah.
Like, give me something else. Speaking of which, since we're on the subject of Nintendo, the funny thing is, I laughed when I saw this story. It says,
Oh, this one, yep.
yeah, it says after shutting down several popular emulators, Nintendo admits that emulation is legal. So, in other words, like, let me read this to y'all first. At the Tokyo Esports Festival earlier this week, top lawyers and intellectual property leaders from Capcom, Koei, Sega, Konami, and Nintendo discussed a variety of issues concerning copyrights and IPs in the gaming industry. Regarding emulators, patent attorneys and deputy general managers of Nintendo Intellectual Properties Department, Koji Nishimura, agreed that they are technically completely legal. So,
You mean so like oh, it's based on Java. Okay, you can keep going, but
yeah, it says note that discussion is based on Japanese law, but the same language is found in the DMCA section 1201A1A. No person shall circumvent a technological measure that effectively controls access to a work protected under this title. This law is more than 26 years old, going into effect a month after Google was founded. So, in other words, Nintendo have been going after these websites, knowing that it was completely legal.
yeah.
So they strong armed these guys and put a lot of these guys out of business just because they didn't want people playing their games illegally, even though it's not illegal.
They must have lost something in court.
Well, I just find it funny that Nintendo was just being a big bully. That they really don't come out looking
That's
good.
classic Nintendo. That's classic Nintendo, though.
Yeah, they really don't come out looking good at all in this whole thing.
Never.
They just bullied people and caused people to shut down their work just because we want y'all to buy our stuff.
Yep. Buy our shit, which never goes on sale, and then we'll resell you the same product
Yeah,
90 times.
yeah, they're getting ready to release Resident Evil 6 on the PS5, and
Yeah.
I'm like, number one, that game sucks. That's one. Number two, how many damn consoles are they gonna keep putting these games on? I love Resident Evil 4, but if they're gonna be putting this stuff, if these guys gonna keep putting these Resident Evil games 4, 5, 6, 3, and all that stuff, they're just gonna keep putting them on new consoles. What is the point?
Right?
Like, come on, man. This is I don't want to. Anyways, you know that's what's going on with Nintendo. It's completely legal, and they're just being a bunch of assholes. That's what it comes
Which
down
is
to.
so funny because, like, think, they must have gotten slapped in court because they were going fucking hard for quite a few weeks there. They were getting slammed. They were going for everyone. You remember that?
Yeah,
Like,
I
that
mean,
was like, I think Pal World pissed them the fuck off. I really think that game pissed them off and put them on some sort of fucking rampage. And I think they got slapped down.
I've been keeping up with that. There hasn't been any new developments in that case yet. It's still ongoing. But
Yeah.
this. So now, I mean, so what happens? Are these people just gonna bring back all of the sites that were shut down? I'm like, that's a lot of hard work that they got to do there.
Right.
You know, and it's like now technically they can't go around suing people. So what are you gonna do?
Nope.
Complain
What are
to
you
the
gonna do?
complain to the corporate masters. We need to shut down these sites. It's not fair. They're putting our
Nope.
games up illegally.
We can't sell them for full price anymore.
Yeah,
Ugh.
they never do. Can you imagine how much the Switch 2 is gonna cost? The Nintendo Switch now is 300. What I think it's like $299
God knows.
in America.
God knows.
And they're like, oh, we got a slightly more powerful processor. Let's sell it for $200 extra.
I'd rather just
Oh,
use my computer.
that's what I'm saying. PC is king, folks. Anyways, though,
Yep. Anyway.
let's move on here. It looks like Sony is learning from their past mistakes in some things. We will get to that later on, but in some ways they're learning from their past stuff. After the catastrophe that was Concord, Sony is reportedly canceling other projects, including the God of War live service game, which I didn't even know that they were doing that.
I was about to say the what game?
I didn't even know that they were doing that.
Me neither.
But apparently, there was going to be a God of War live service game that they canceled, and I believe that there was another one here. What was the other one? There was a PlayStation. Hold up, yeah. Give me 1 second, folks. Still waking up.
It's all good, Ken. Take your time.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it says. A God of War and here we go. A Spider-Man and Twisted Metal live service games as well too. So it says that Sony was so they're so afraid of these things flopping like Concord did that they literally canceled all of these games.
Yeah, like man, but like come on. They put so many eggs in their in the live service basket.
Oh, they lost $200 million on that game.
Wow.
That's a lot of damn money. And the fact that, maybe this will keep Sony from making dumb decisions from now on. Remember the Concord stuff? We don't want to do that again.
Yeah. Nope. Nope, we don't need a repeat.
I laughed on it. I laughed at it because it was just funny. It says, following a recent review, PlayStation has canceled two unannounced live service games in development at subsidiaries Ben Studios and Blue Point Games, known for making the Days Gone video games and Siphon Filter back in the day. Damn, I wish. Now bring that back. Give me a new Siphon Filter. Anyways, though. So it basically says here that Sony was just scared shitless. They don't want to make the same mistakes, and lose more money like that. It's reported that the Blue Point game was a live service of the God of War game, which really does drive home how absurd things got there for a moment.
Like, how would that even work?
I don't even.
What would the live service game be?
It doesn't work for a game like God of War. God of War is a solo player game. Like, how the hell would that even?
I don't know.
I mean, is it gonna be like a God of War racing game or something where everybody's in a car? I don't know.
I don't know, man. I guess everyone's run out of movies to license.
Ezio's like maybe like the style of, like their free roguelike DLC. Maybe. Well, we'll never know because they canceled that. They canceled the Spider-Man and Twisted Metal live service titles.
You never know.
Yeah. Now Spider-Man, that would have been pretty cool though. I ain't gonna lie there. Spider-Man live service?
Yeah.
Twisted
Metal? Yeah, that would have been cool. I don't know how that would work, but
for those of y'all who don't remember, Twisted Metal was like their racing game, battle game. Oh man,
it was fun.
We didn't even get to see that come to fruition. Anyways, though, so yeah, we won't be getting those games that we didn't even know about. So let's move on here. Let's move on to our good old buddies at Microsoft.
Oh boy, on to Microsoft.
It says Microsoft considered shutting down the Xbox in 2001, but opted for studio acquisitions to boost the Game Pass. And as I said to Kelsey before, I said Stevie Wonder could see what those guys were doing.
Oh my god. That was it. Stevie Wonder could see what those guys were doing. That was so damn funny.
These guys, like, we already knew that they were trying to get away from the hardware. Kelsey already mentioned it way before they were starting to do it. You know, that
Yeah.
the moves that these guys were making, they're getting away from the Xbox hardware. And
Yeah.
it says here that the information has learned from sources that Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella, as I like to call him, I know it's Nadella, had
Nutella.
had faced the pivotal decision of shutting down the company's Xbox and cloud gaming businesses back in 2021 with the Game Pass in its infancy at the time. The software giant could either invest heavily and bolster its gaming division or shut it down altogether. Nadella ended up going with the former, initiating a board. I'm sorry, wake up, Ken. Initiating.
It's all right, Ken.
I'm sorry, folks. I'm a little slow.
It's all right. It's
Initi-
all right.
Initiating a bold acquisition strategy that includes purchasing Bethesda, which didn't do a damn thing, Bethesda Studios for
Yeah.
$7 billion in 2021, and Activision Blizzard for $75.4 billion in 2023.
That's crazy.
And they did jack shit.
Yep.
They did jack shit with that. So congratulations, Kelsey. You are a great prognosticator because you called it.
Yep.
She called it out. She's like, they're abandoning the Xbox. And I wonder.
Yep. I knew it.
I wonder what made them change their mind on that one.
Probably, okay, like the biggest thing I think is the Xbox 360 was super easy to mod. And that was like a huge reason why it sold in like third world countries and stuff. That was a huge reason because it could be modded. All right. So then when you bring in the Xbox One, which like can't be modded as well, right? Like, what is the point? Like, what, you know what I mean? Like, what's the point when there's so many other options? You can go to PC and you can just like pirate the games, or you can just like Game Pass is, I think Game Pass was their solution to that. Rather than forcing people to continually buy, you know, like new consoles, I figure they thought it was probably more economically viable for people to pay like however much subscription fee, because you can play Game Pass on anything. You can play it on anything.
Yeah, they literally just put it on. Like, if you get the new LG TVs, they got the Game Pass on that.
Exactly. It's on everything now, so it's so much more easily accessible.
Yeah.
For people. Yeah, like streaming still comes down to, you know, streaming speeds and stuff. That's still relevant, but again, why would you purchase a new console and then have to purchase all these games when games in your country cost like half your month's salary?
That's true.
So I think that's what they went with.
And it's smart in some ways. It really is, because it's like, okay, like you just said, if you're in a country like where you know, or if you're in a state where your parents can't buy you a console or you can't afford to buy one, this is the next best thing. But also, the bad thing is, if you're in a bad area where the internet sucks, it doesn't matter if you have that Game Pass or not, because it ain't gonna run. So
Yeah.
while it's a good idea, they're still going to be losing money because there's going to be a lot of people who can't play it.
Yeah, it's true. I yeah, that's true. Unless you can just play locally, right? Can't you just install? I guess it depends on what
Now,
you're playing on.
like the Game Pass, you have to have the internet.
Yeah, I forgot it's streaming. That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
you have to have the internet, and it's like that's one of the things that that I don't really like. Online only stuff is for stuff like this. If your internet is out, you can't play.
Yeah. But I mean, even for myself, like something like Game Pass is more economically viable than having to buy every single one of those games. So I see what they're going for, right? And like I said, with the how easy it was to mod the 360, Igor in chat says you can download. I think with some things you can download locally, but I'm not sure. I'm sure in the future you will be able to.
Oh, I mean,
But
it comes back around here because, like, even though you said, yeah, it's a more viable option, but then we come back around to this again. They can sell these games at full price for as long as they damn well please. And
yeah,
that's the thing that sucks about getting about getting digital games because, you get a physical game, the more that it's used, the less that it is. So you can always, go get it cheaper. If you got
yeah.
games on a cloud service, they can sell that for full price until the cows come home.
Yeah.
You and I would be 95 years old and they still selling stuff for full price. So it's like, you're
That's
screwed.
why people in other countries just pirate.
And especially if you're in your country where the games already cost a lot of damn money as it is.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like friggin' Elden Ring. Elden Ring was $79.99 on Steam. And then I went and I bought the key, and then like how key comparison sites will give you their affiliate code. I ended up getting it for $48.84 total.
CD
All in
keys.
good. And I used one of them. I don't think I used CD keys because I think there was a better discount. I think it was like keys for games I used. I forget. But yeah, like shit like that. Like I was not going to pay. Like that's going to be like almost $90, which it would be worth it. But I think that would be a thing cuz you said it was like 38 bucks or something in the US.
Yeah,
That seems about right then. Yeah.
yeah. On CD keys, it was like $37 over here.
Yeah, so it averages about probably the exact same, but that's still like why would I pay for 90, like that was like a save, like $40.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
especially since the game is older. It's not like it's brand new. And
Yeah.
at this point, I don't care if the game makes me a grilled cheese while I'm playing the game. I'm not paying no $80 for no game ever again. I don't care.
No.
It just ain't happening, Captain.
Yeah, well there are certain games I will, but like my hype for the game has to overpower you and I can like the bargain system in our brain. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It would take a lot to get me
Yeah.
to pre-order anything. Like if they said tomorrow we're gonna remake the first Dino Crisis, I would pre-order that.
Yeah, Dead Space remake done. Silent Hill 2 remake. Like there are only a few all day one. But yeah, Dino Crisis, if they had Dino Crisis day one.
Yeah.
They remade Code Veronica day one. Resident Evil 4 I got day one.
Yeah.
So there are some
I
games.
had to wait a bit for that. But yeah, like if they did like
Yeah.
or they said, we're gonna remake Silent Hill 3 day one, stuff like that.
But Haley saying in chat, yep. Oh yeah, I would have that pre-ordered. Like I would have bought everything. Like yeah, there are some things, but like I can't. But you know what I mean. I can't be paying full price for every random ass game.
Yeah, and it's like I mean, look, money is tight. Ain't nobody
Yeah.
And my dad, because my dad keeps laughing at me a lot of times because he's like, now you know how I feel. It's story time with
Yeah, buying new video games.
it's story time with Mr. Kennedy again. Um, Whenever Christmas would come around or whenever my birthday would come around, I would go to my dad with a list down to the damn floor of stuff that I wanted my dad to get. Like when you get the Nintendo, the Super Nintendo, and I'll be like, I want 10 games. And they were $50 back then.
Exactly. I was gonna say, like, games were $50. Yeah.
My dad would look at me like I had an extra head growing out of my shoulders. He's like, boy, are you crazy? He's like, you better pick one or two.
Yeah.
But I want
You're not
all of
getting
these
anything else.
games. I want all
Yeah.
of the games, and it's not fair. And now
Yeah.
he just laughs at me. Like whenever I started having to buy my own consoles, he's like, now you see what it's like.
Yeah. Now you get it. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. And that's why I'm always hunting for deals and stuff. Yeah, I remember that too. And so you would get like, yeah, when you were a kid, you would get like one game and then you had to make it last until your birthday when you would get a new game. And then you could alternate between the games you had until Christmas where you would get a new game. You know what I mean? Like,
are you?
thankfully, my dad was a gamer. So, like, we would get the odd new game, right? But yeah, it was funny. It was funny.
Or I mean, you would do like the whole thing, like where you would just borrow somebody else's game for a little bit, and then you'd be like, hey, I'll let you borrow this game if you let me
That
borrow
too.
that. Back
That
in
was the other thing. Yes. Yes, when you could trade games and stuff. That's the other one too. Yeah.
Yeah, the good old Blockbuster days when you didn't have when my dad couldn't afford it, we go to Blockbuster or we go to
Yep.
ShopRite and rent some games.
Yep. Yeah, you could even rent consoles. Used to even rent consoles.
We couldn't.
Really? You guys couldn't? We had a little corner store. We had like a little mom and pop store, and they had just a wall of video games, and then like they would let us rent consoles
Yeah,
too.
they didn't let us do that stuff. Like we only go and
Damn.
get games, and it's like ShopRite and Blockbuster and Movie Gallery, which is what we had here.
Yeah, it was probably it's probably a small. It would have been a smaller thing then. I feel like a chain store would have gotten robbed like crazy. Like
Yeah,
this was like a tiny town. Like they knew you. You know what I mean? Like I'm sure those people would be knocking on your door, being like, "Hi, can we have the console now?"
yeah, that's probably why they didn't do that here because people would probably never bring the
Yeah,
stuff back.
people just steal them. Yeah, like in a city or in a big corporation, like yeah, I'm sure the amount stolen would yeah. I can see that. Yes.
Yeah, it's funny to talk about old times. Anyways, though,
Yeah.
y'all remember what I just said? Remember what I just said? A couple of minutes ago that Sony learned from some of their mistakes, but they didn't learn from
No.
all of them. The Last of Us Part 2 is coming out for the PC. And guess what, folks? It requires a PSN account.
Of course it does.
As
We
if
want
they,
your data.
as if they didn't learn from the Helldiver stuff. And I don't know why Sony is constantly pushing this shit. I don't know why it says here, it says The Last of Us Part 2 Remaster is joining the PlayStation Network Club, and you need to link to a PSN account if you want to be able to play the game on Steam.
Yeah, that is a good to know. Because I was going to hit up The Last of Us at some point. But okay. I'll wait until that tanks everything for them and they pull it away. That's
But
fine.
but
I can wait.
why though? Like why do you need to have a PSN account if you never had a PlayStation before and you're just coming from Xbox or you're coming from Nintendo in a moment of insanity and you're like, I'm gonna go to PC. You can't play this game now because you don't
For
have a
their
P.
own numbers, though, I think.
It's like why? I don't like they gotta get off this shit, man. Like
Yeah.
nobody, you gotta have. It's so already bad enough. You gotta have a Steam account. You gotta have a PSN account and whatever the hell. I forget who made. Did they make The Last of Us? Sony did. Did they
I think
publish it?
so.
Oh,
I
was
think so,
no,
yeah.
it was Naughty Dog. I'm sorry.
No, it was Naughty Dog. Wait, were they the developer who published it?
Yeah, Naughty Dog was
Or
the
just
one that
Naughty
made the
Dog
game.
developed and published? Oh, okay.
So it's like, okay, so now you got to have that. So you're going to turn away a lot of people. I'm not even going to bother buying that because I mean, I have a PSN account from way back when I had the PS3,
Yeah,
but I haven't had a Sony console since 2009.
yeah.
I don't even know if my account's even still active. But the whole point is like, why? What's the purpose? What is the point? Somebody explain
For
it
their
to
own
me.
numbers. For their own numbers, because, they go to their investors and they'll have concurrent users and logins and playtimes, but that's from their PSN. So if you add people in on Steam, then now your concurrent players, your users, your logins, like all that gets bumped up. They're literally just buffing up their numbers, right? Because it's harder to take Steam's metrics for your own company. So why not just have everyone log into PSN so you can do a head count of people also using Steam? That's all I think it is with this shit, is they're just bumping up numbers for
Yeah,
themselves.
I mean, it doesn't really make any sense because the last I checked, I think The Last of Us 2 doesn't even have multiplayer, like,
Yeah.
features like it says here. But the thing that's concerning is it says that a requirement may prevent people from across dozens of countries where PSN is not even supported because
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah,
everywhere.
that's why it's going to get rolled back.
Yeah, that's why a lot of people can't play it.
Yeah.
And I'm
That's why
like,
it's going to get rolled back.
stupid, man. Just stupid bullshit, man. Like one step
Hmm.
forward, two steps back. I don't get it with these guys, man. And it's this game is coming out April 3rd, and they're selling it for $50 as old as that damn game is.
Of course they are. Of course they are.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh boy. Sony. Get it together, man. You guys are better
Right?
than the other two companies. You're better than Variety Games. I'm not even gonna call them Xbox anymore. Variety Games is what I'm gonna call them from now on. Because they focusing
Yeah.
on being a streaming service. You bet damn sure better than Nintendo at this point. It's just come on, man. And I think it was an article that I read on a past episode when I was talking about this stuff, how they said it was quote unquote for safety reasons, and that it was better for for the gamers to have this forced PSN bullshit.
Feel like PSN and fucking Microsoft have more fucking security issues than Steam has ever had.
Yeah, it's just goddamn ridiculous. I'm sorry, it's so stupid.
Yeah.
And here's another stupid thing. I mean, for me at least, I think a lot of people would probably get excited about this. Elder Scrolls Oblivion. I don't know if you guys know, but they're remaking the Elder Scrolls Oblivion. I don't know why they're doing that. And, Bethesda with the same bullshit, shitty engine that they've been using.
I was going. There it is. All right, thanks. I was waiting to know what engine it is on. Of course.
It's the
Of course.
same.
Continue, Ken. Sorry.
It's the same thing. It says that the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion remake release date reportedly revealed. A remake of Oblivion is no secret. I haven't heard of it. Like, I didn't even know that they were remaking the game. They did a shitty job of telling people.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm not really into that whole sphere.
It says a new
Yeah.
report. A new report says that Oblivion is set to release June of this year, or at least that's the current plan. It says that the fact that the game has not even been revealed yet, though, means this date could very well change. It says that it will be released for PC, PS5, PS5 Pro, Xbox. No Nintendo Switch,
On the
folks.
same engine. No mention of the Switch, yeah.
But it's the same engine. It's the same engine that Bethesda keeps. I mean, they got Nintendo beat when it comes to stubbornness, man.
Yeah, they really do. They really do. Frig. Oops, sorry.
I mean, I don't know, man, because it's like, you know what? I'm gonna say this, man, and then that's it. Can we please give the remakes a break?
Please. Yeah.
Every damn time I turn around, there's another remake. Oh, we're remaking
Yeah.
this game, and it's always a game that nobody really asked for. And I'm asking everybody in chat, how many times have you heard a remake announced, and you're like, oh yeah, I remember that game, but it's not something you really wanted. It's not something you really
Like
asked for.
how many remakes have do you remember? I remember Dead Space and Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 2, but you're right, like there's so many remakes that have been out and it was like, oh yeah, that game.
And then you never think
You
about it
know?
again because it's not something
Yeah.
that you wanted. Like here's another
Yeah.
example. Here's another example. House of the Dead 2. There's a House of the Dead 2 remake coming along later on this year.
Who wanted that?
It says spring in 2025, which could be in April, it could be in in May, in June, whatever. But it's supposed to be coming out for the PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, and PC. House of the Dead. I mean,
Like,
it.
okay.
I remember in the arcades, like where you had the gun and stuff.
Yeah.
You get the
Yeah,
gun and
but
shoot, but I don't care. I don't care. Like that's the whole thing. I'm not trying to be a dick about it, but I don't give a flying crap about that.
no, it's true.
I just think that they're remaking games just to remake them because they got nothing else to do. They got no
Oh,
ideas.
obviously.
And it's like, I mean, House of the Dead. When was the last time you played that? When was the last time you even thought about House of the Dead?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's a bad game, but I'm just saying like, who asked for a remake?
It's just weird. It's just weird, you know?
Yeah, I'm like, when you think of the list of remakes that you want to see, like Minx just said it, Hales just said it, Code Veronica.
Yeah.
People have been asking for that for years.
Yeah,
They,
Code
they
Veronica needs one.
they've been asking for Breath of
Zero
the.
does too, though. Zero does too.
Yeah, a remake of Zero with actual multiplayer features would be pretty cool.
And better fucking AI so that, like, I literally would, like, the game, I would just drop off my partner and just go with the character I needed to use. Like, or like 90% of the time, Rebecca was just, like, stashed somewhere until it was time to use her. Like,
You mean
it,
you would just leave Becky there?
yep, keep her safe.
I wish you could do that with Steve and Code Veronica. Just leave his ass somewhere, never to be seen again.
Yeah,
That game would be so much better for me if I could just do that.
right.
But yeah,
I'm a bit laggy, sorry.
when you think of the list of remakes that you want to see, House of the Dead does not pop up.
No.
And neither, I mean, The Last of Us, The Last of Us 2, did it really need a remake? Did it really need a remaster? I'm sorry. Did it
No.
really need that? It's all software at this point. Like all you could have literally did was add some shaders to it and just upload the game, like upgrade the game. I'm about to say, sorry. But everything all right over there?
I am lagging really bad, so I may just go to Ken's stream and I'll just listen for now.
Okay. Yeah, because I got you up over here.
It's now stabilized. We can keep going. Sorry, it's just the wind is so bad. We're fine. We're good. We're good. We can keep going. We don't have much more left to do, but
so
we'll just keep moving along. We got this.
Yeah, there's my rant. There's my rant at that. I'm just tired of the remakes, man. Do something else.
Yeah, exactly.
and we're still on the subject of Sony because it appears, via Game Rant, Sony is working on new upgrades for cross-play platforms. It says that according to a recent published Sony patent, the Japanese company is working on an improved cross-platform play with a new invitation system that makes it easier for PlayStation users to enjoy multiplayer games with friends using other platforms.
Yeah, that's not
Well,
bad.
that's actually pretty good. Make it easier for you
Yeah.
to. Now, does that like, with phones and stuff like that, or other actual consoles? Like you would play with somebody on Nintendo Switch, or, play with
I have
somebody
no
on
clue.
Xbox. That's what I want to know.
Yeah, it just sucks like on PC because like cross-plat. Yeah, yeah.
They're also working on, they just patented a new DualSense gun accessory.
Oh, that's pretty sick,
So I'm like, you know
actually.
what? Yeah, that actually is pretty cool. It says
Yeah, I wouldn't mind one of those.
says a recent publication reveals that Sony's latest research and development efforts to develop a unique DualSense gun accessory. It says that it was filed back in September 2024 and published on January 2nd, 2025. So if you ever wanted a light gun, and
Yeah, I kind of would like that. That'd be sick.
so you're gonna be able to use it in games like Fortnite and Minecraft and stuff. That can actually change the game for them.
Yeah,
You
that'd
know,
be cool. And like Ezio said for the PSVR, yeah, I was thinking about that like for VR and stuff too. But like, yeah, I'd take a light gun.
that actually would be pretty cool
Oh,
because if
and
you
Disney makes a perfect point. Sorry, rain time for House of the Dead. Yeah,
yeah,
that's a
you know
perfect
what?
point.
You know what? Now that you put it that way, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
Something like
yeah, perfect.
something like that would work for something like that, a Fortnite
Hmm.
or what's the other one? I hate that game so much I forgot what it was. Call of Duty.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh
some
yeah, like I totally use one.
or if you're playing the Resident Evil games on the VR system, that would be pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh yeah,
god.
there's so many. Yeah.
Time Crisis. Oh my god. Now you taking me back, Ezio. Oh my god. Holy crap. I forgot all about that game.
Yeah.
Time Crisis was epic in the arcades, man. But yeah, so we'll just have to see. They haven't announced anything. Anyways, though, let's move on here. This was a story that Kelsey sent me, and do you want to take this one about the former Starfield lead?
If you yeah, sure. Oh yeah, this one. Yeah, this one. I feel this so deeply. Former Starfield lead questioner says we're seeing a resurgence of short games because people are becoming fatigued with 100-hour monsters. No fucking shit. Starfield lead quest designer Will Shen says a growing section of the audience is becoming fatigued with huge games that require dozens or hundreds of hours to properly play through. And tongue in cheek, they sorry for the role he played in helping popularize that trend. And it's true. It's just, yeah. He also said a secondary trend of extremely difficult third person combat driven by games like Dark Souls and Elden Ring, as well as the inclusion of survival crafting mechanics inspired by Minecraft, with which piles on more to do without adding much in the way of meaningful content. The net result is that a large section or growing section of the audience is becoming fatigued at investing 100 plus hours into a game. And that's true because the age of majority, like the majority demographic for purchasing games is are us, Ken. Like we're the demographic. We are the demographic. We are the majority of purchasing games. Okay, endless games are perfect for 10-year-olds like Fortnite who can't buy games all the time, right? But we are the ones who play it, and I'm sorry, but like I really don't want to play the same fucking game for like 2 months. Like, I did get Elden Ring, right? But I said to myself, as soon as I get tilted, I'm going to drop it and I'm going to pick it back up later, right? But I just don't have the fucking time to sit down and invest in 100-hour games. Like, I want to play different games. I want to play shorter games. I want to get through them. And it just gets to the point where I'm like burnt out. And I know damn well that if I put down a game, I will never touch it again. That is my other problem. I always want to complete a game no matter what. But oh man, there are some times where I'm like dying. You know, I'm like, I just want to finish this game.
I mean, if you're a bum at home with no job, you know, and all you do is just game all day, that those games are perfect for those types of people. But or if you're a kid in a kid in school, you ain't got nothing else to do. But for me, it's like, you know, it's true. We work. We have jobs. We have, you know, a lot of us have kids. A lot of us have stuff that we got to take care of. That's a reason.
I got a house I got to clean. Like,
yeah, like this.
Someone's got to cook.
Yeah, there's a reason why when I stream, y'all don't see me stream any RPGs like Final Fantasy or anything.
Yeah.
I don't have anything against that. I actually like it. But I do not have the attention span. And I do not have the patience to play through, 44 videos of that game. I can't do it. I can't do it. Like it took me a little bit just to get through State of Decay. That time was like, I think like 16 videos, and I'm like, oh my god. I'm the type of person I'm like, when I start a game, I want to beat it and then move on.
Exactly. Exactly.
Like when it starts to drag, and I'm like, come on, man, this is still not the end of the game yet. That's why I stopped playing the Division 2. That's why y'all didn't see any more videos on that.
Yeah.
Because it got
long game.
It got to the point where the game never ends.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
I'm already in Aries, and y'all know that Aries ain't got no patience. And I'm just.
It's all right. I'm a Gemini. I got no attention.
And I'm just like, oh my god, like I can't do it. I don't know how, power to the people who can do that, who can do 44 videos plus of one game. Power to y'all.
Or like completionists, people who 100% games and stuff. That is, see, for me, playing a game a second time, I hate it. Like, I have to take like half a year to a year so that every time my brain just my brain just turns off and goes on autopilot if I play a game. So like immediately after, or if I repeat it, I hate it. I'm not a fan of that either.
It depends on what game I'm playing. Like I could rip through Resident Evil 2 remake and
I could do that for Dead Space, yeah.
Yeah, I could rip through that in less than 2 hours. So playing through that is
every game.
Like stuff like that. I think the sweet spot for me when it comes to games is like, maybe 5-6 hours.
Yeah.
Or at least a game that would take me 2 days to beat. I don't mind that. But if it just takes forever, that's why I love Dead by Daylight, but I play it sparingly so I don't burn myself out.
Mm-hmm. Oh, exactly. And that's what I'm going to do with Elden Ring. And that's also the other thing with streaming too, right? Like you get bored. Like you get bored, and then there's nothing worse than being bored of a game while you're streaming, because now you're like, you know what I mean? Like if you're bored, everyone else is bored, obviously. Like
yeah.
It's just
I was the last stream that you had, I was teasing Crow. I was like, how would y'all feel if me and Kelsey played through Resident Evil 5? And he said I would watch.
Oh my god, Rip.
He said I would watch that. It ain't happening, Captain.
It ain't happening. That's so funny. I must have missed that. I was so like trying to figure out I don't know what stream that was, but that's funny.
I think you were playing what was that game you were playing? That last survival horror game that's like Silent Hill and Resident Evil.
Uh, Hollow Body?
Yeah, Hollow Body. Yeah, you were playing that, and I popped in,
Literally can't.
and Crow was like, "Man, I will watch that." I'm like, "Nah, it ain't happening."
My God, which game? I was like, I just played like 5 or 6 games like that.
Yeah, it's like,
That's why my brain was like going through a Rolodex of survival horror that are Silent Hill and Resident Evil inspired. I'm like, which one?
yeah. I mean, as much as I love you guys, as much as I love Kels, even Kelsey could not get me to play Resident Evil 5. It ain't happening.
Nah.
It's not happening, folks. But you can dream about it. You
Yep.
can you can even Photoshop the controller in my hands while you're doing the video.
Photoshop the controller in your hands. Just have, oh my God, just have like the AI, like when people are streaming like live sports matches and wrestling on Twitch and they're not supposed to, but they'll hold a controller and pretend they're playing it.
Oh man.
We'll just have a cardboard cutout of Ken.
Oh, when you have like the older sibling when you're beating them in the video game and they unplug your
And then
controller.
they unplug it. Yeah. Yeah.
Or what's it called? Like when you're too little to play, it's like I want to play, and they just give you a controller that's
Yeah.
not plugged in.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spike is like gonna make a video of Ken playing Resident Evil 5 using AI.
With AI. That's so funny.
Yeah, I would love to see that, man. What are you gonna use? Barry White? You gonna use that?
Oh my God, that's funny. Please.
Yeah. Anyways, though, yeah, that's funny. It ain't happening, folks. It's not happening.
No, not.
I am never playing that game ever again. Unless somebody said I'm gonna pay you $5 million, then I'll beat it and get my 5 mil and move on.
Yep. That's fair.
Yo, but yeah, we got one more left for y'all. Activision hasn't helped Microsoft grow its Xbox Pass, says reporters. And to that I say, no shit.
Yep.
Now they spent like let me tell y'all, because I don't know if y'all caught that. Microsoft spent $75 billion to buy Activision. $75 billion. And what the hell do they have to show for it? Diablo 4?
Oh, nice. True. True. True.
And I like Diablo. I like Diablo a lot. I think it's a lot of fun, but Diablo 4 ain't worth no $75 billion.
Nope.
And it's just, they threw away money on that. But it says a new report with comments from various industry shareholders shed light on how well Activision has served Microsoft's goals. For starters, the Game Pass revenue grew by 5.7%. Huzzah. And that's in the year of June last year, which is below the internal target of 11% following the service's
fuck.
declining growth rate.
Sorry, 11 fucking %? Holy fuck, man. Sorry.
So in all ways, this is a L. This is an L because
That's a huge L.
I mean, you can only think of how many games has Activision put out that's even worth anything, that's even sold remotely well besides Diablo 4, like I just named. And you have comments here. They're saying it says Activision has been very disappointing, said Denny Fish. His name is Denny Fish. I'll let that one
Denny
slide.
Fish.
It says a portfolio manager at Janus Henderson Investors overseeing the funds that include Microsoft stock. It is also a business that has some degree of consistency over a 3 to 5 period. And it's saying, oh, they're saying because you're so dependent on big releases like Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So in other words,
Didn't do anything.
it didn't do a damn thing. It didn't do dick.
Nope.
It was just a
Fuck
waste of
and
money.
or all. Yep.
I mean, and Bethesda didn't do shit for them either. So you bought two
No.
companies that did nothing. One that's still stuck back in 2009 with their bullshit engine. And then you got Activision Blizzard.
Well, they got WoW over. Well, like they have the live services pretty cornered. Active Blizzard does have the live services covered though.
Ooh.
Okay, but still, that, and I think that's what I feel like. That's what Microsoft is like. I feel like Microsoft cornered that way before Sony did, so their flop in like the live service shit really says something.
The fact that they didn't even boost subscribers. I mean, nothing.
No.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It says Game Pass reported failure to increase interest in Xbox hardware investment is leading to Microsoft to port its first-party games to the competing platforms such as PS5. So there is the reason why they're doing that. There is the reason why they're pouring all this stuff to other consoles, because they're not selling anything. They're not selling any hardware.
Right. But whatever. Like, who wants it? There's nothing good. There's no more exclusives. Why, like, there's no more exclusive for Xbox. All PlayStation exclusives go on PC now that Gabe cut that fucking deal with Sony. And Xbox games already by default go on PC.
That's true. And once Halo started showing up on other consoles, that's when you knew it was all over.
Yeah, that's when you knew it was done. Yeah, once their baby was being,
This is wow. And I looked at the numbers. That the Xbox One couldn't even outsell. The Xbox One couldn't even outsell the. Get your mind right. The Xbox Series didn't even outsell the Xbox One.
Yeah, I know. But it was like worth this. And the other thing is like the naming really fucked things up. Honestly, like the Xbox One, Xbox One S, like all the different, like, that also made it really difficult for them, right? Like, it was a mess. They fucked up.
I said that shit before it came out, way back when I was pre-beard, bro. I said that the Xbox One name was dumb as hell because you're just confusing people. We already had an Xbox One. Why did they think that would be a good idea? It's the whole Mortal Kombat. Yeah, I know. It's the whole Mortal Kombat 1 thing and the Tomb Raider thing all over again. As I've said a million times, Mortal Kombat 1. I'm like, we already had a Mortal Kombat 1 in 1992.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like Mortal Kombat 12. They should have just called it that. Tomb Raider. Right. I shouldn't have to say Tomb Raider 1996 and Tomb Raider 2013. It's dumb.
Yeah. Oh, and it makes it so annoying trying to Google anything about a remake. Ugh.
Yeah. Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 2.
You have to put 1990, 1998 or whatever, and hope to God.
And they're doing that with all of their stuff. They're just calling it, what the title is, Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
But yeah, just ridiculous. Ridiculous. And I think that this is going to be a bad year for Microsoft, honestly. I think that this
everyone.
it's gonna be a bad year for them
It's
because
gonna be a bad year for everyone for sure.
Sony's already on top. I guarantee they're probably gonna be announcing the PS6 probably as early as next year. Just a wild guess.
Yeah,
Nintendo got a new console out. Xbox got dick. They ain't got nothing.
Game Pass. That's it.
They ain't got nothing. They literally just
Nope.
they're just like that gaming company sitting on the outside looking in. Like you ever seen that person?
Exactly.
You ever seen somebody go to a donut shop and then you see their face all pressed up against the glass
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
and they just
Yes.
breathing on it, condensation? That's Microsoft right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think 2025 is going to give us at least one GG.
1 year game. One. Maybe like what is even coming out this year though?
Well,
I'm sure there's something.
I mean, they announced the new Ninja Gaiden, which I'm excited for.
It's true, yeah.
I haven't heard anything on State of Decay 3. I haven't heard anything on the Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, which I really want that game.
Yeah.
I really want that game. I haven't really heard
Yeah.
about anything other than a bunch of remakes.
I haven't heard much either, no.
You know, I did hear that, we talked about that when, Dead Space 4 got shut down, so that's dead and gone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So nothing really going on here.
Nope.
Anyways, though, so we reached the end of our notes. And I'm sorry it's a little bit of a shorter show today, but
That's okay.
I am tired, folks. Like I passed tired about 3 days ago. So it's like I've got to get some sleep.
Get your sleep, Ken.
I don't know what I'm gonna do about streaming. I'm still working it out. But I will get back to streaming next week because I just could not. Yep. I just could not do it this week. I was just.
You gotta figure out your new schedule, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to change some things up with the second job. Anyways, though, Kelsey, it is always a pleasure.
Thank you, Ken.
And we will be back in 2 weeks for episode 22.
22.
Yes, it's funny though, because 9 more episodes of this, I will match the amount of episodes that I did for my very first podcast that I had.
That's amazing. We're gonna surpass it.
Yeah, we're gonna go past it. So we hope to see you guys next week. You guys have a great day. And y'all take care. I will have this pushed out to the feed. I got to get working on it and editing. So I will get it up and out there to all the social media platforms and everything. So you guys have a great day. And I will see y'all later.
I will see you guys tomorrow. See ya.